Hi guys. So it's officially been 18 hours since I received my COVID-19 vaccine shot, you guys. I got it at 4 o'clock, roughly 4 o'clock yesterday on November 5th, Friday. Today is Saturday, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the side effects of this vaccine that I got, that everyone is all hyped up about. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys saw my previous video, so I actually went live while getting the shot. Go back and watch that video. And then I did a 1 hour post-vaccine update following my shot. And in that video, for you guys who are curious of wanting to know why did I get the vaccine in the first place, especially being anti-vax, and I'm still anti-vax. Don't get it twisted, okay? Just because I got the fucking vaccine, I am very much still anti-vaccine. But I do talk about the reasons why I got the vaccine in my 1 hour post-vaccine update. So go check out that video. This is a very fucking thick ass Palo Santo, yo. This shit is. Where did I get this from? I got this. Yo, I be all over the fucking place. Where did I get this from? I be buying things from so many different like herbal shops, health food stores. So I did use one of these before I went in. I have to say this. I talked about this also in my previous vaccine videos, but I actually used one of these before I left my place yesterday to go get vaccinated, and I was just doing this right in both arms. Well, not while the flame was going, but I do like to play with fire sometimes. It's not really playing with it, it's just romancing with it. And I did this like to just provide my own protection, my own spiritual protection over my body. And yo, you guys watched the video when I got vaccinated. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even feel the needle go in. Like, I was thinking in my mind that I would feel the needle go in my arm. And because I looked at the needle, y'all saw I looked at the needle in the video. I'm like, damn, that shit kind of big. You sticking that shit up in me? So I thought I was gonna feel the needle, but I didn't feel not one thing. I'm like, did he do it? I was questioning, like, did he do it? And then I didn't feel like the vaccine go in my arm. I didn't feel anything. I'm like, I thought I was supposed to feel something. Especially when they say you're supposed to keep the vaccine refrigerated. It has to be at a certain temperature, so I'm expecting to feel something. But anyway, I ain't feel shit. They was like, oh, you gotta hang out for 15 or 10 to 15 minutes. Yo, y'all know my little antsy-pantsy ass did not hang out. I hung out for like about 5 minutes and then I bounced. Cause I had shit to do yesterday. I'm just like, yo, if I fucking fall out, cause they say that one of the side effects is like fainting. You want to make sure you're okay, right? Make sure you don't have like no neurological fucking reaction. You start having fucking seizures or convulsions or something, right? So they want to monitor you, and they suggest that you like hang out just to make sure you're stable. But I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Listen, if I fall out, I fucking fall out. You know what I'm saying? If I faint, I faint. I mean, this is New York City, right? So that also kind of goes into one of the reasons why I got it. You guys are keeping up with the political fucking chaotic mess that's happening here in our city, in our state, then it'll make sense why I got vaccinated. Not that I'm trying to protect myself against the vaccine. That's not the reason why I got vaccinated. I know that's the political correct reason to say why you got vaccinated, but that's not the reason why I got vaccinated. And yes, living in New York City, yo, so many people. I'm like, listen, if I fucking fall out, it's so many people around, somebody gonna fucking come to my rescue. So I don't be worrying about shit, you know. And I actually walked, I left from the site where I got vaccinated at, which was in like Lower Manhattan, around Chinatown, around like the financial district. I left there. I went to Chelsea, one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City, and I had to get me a little piece of wine combo from one of my favorite pizza shops. I'm not going to reiterate that. You guys go back and watch that video, the 1 hour post-vaccine update video that I did. I was eating pizza. So I think that's one of the side effects of the fucking vax. I'm like, I don't know. Is it one of the side effects? Because, yo, I was hungry as shit. I had the munchies. Actually, on the train to Chelsea, there was this Mexican woman selling fruit. I got me a bag of fruit. I killed that shit. That's the fastest I ever ate fruit, yo. No, I think, like I said, I think that I just had the munchies because my last meal that I had eaten before I got vaccinated was like maybe 1 or 2 hours before I left my place to get vaccinated. So I'm a foodie anyway. Your girl eats, okay? Your girl be eating, but y'all help me out. For you guys who are watching this and you are familiar with Palo Santo, even the person that I purchased, right, because I be buying Palo Santo from all different places, right, but I can never get it to keep burning. Not inside my place. I don't think I ever, have I tried burning it outside in the wind? I don't think so. But I had a similar issue with, no, I know. It depends, I think, on the sage, because I have sage too. Some sage actually, like, I have some sage that burns, and that's, yo, my place will smoke the fuck out. I was like, I was chanting and shit. But then I have times where I try to burn sage and it don't burn. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But yo, when I went to walk along the East River, because I live in the Upper East Side and I live like blocks away from the East River, right? I didn't even know I lived blocks away from the fucking mayor's mansion. The Gracie mansion where the mayor supposedly lives. I'm like, I didn't even know that until the city workers here in New York went on protest, and I was out there with their ass and shit protesting the goddamn mandatory vaccine mandate that they issued out. And I'm like, dang, I live this close. I don't be knowing, okay? I don't be knowing, but the physician guy did tell me, like, oh, the mayor, because he was saying how he runs, he takes his like route running or whatever, and like sometimes they shut the streets down. I'm just like, I don't be knowing. I be living my own world, but help me out. Like, how can I get this fucking thing to keep going? Like, when I was walking along the East River, I had a fucking sage, and that shit caught on fire. I had to throw that shit down. I was like, oh shit, my hand about to burn off, yo. I had to throw it down because that thing was picking up for real. But I was loving it. So yeah, hunger is one of the side effects. And another side effect, hold on, I'm gonna grab me a, this thing wanna keep going now. Hold on. Okay, if you guys have any questions, this is your time to drop your questions below. If you have any questions that you would like to ask me, feel free, okay? If you have any questions that you would like to ask me, right, concerning my experience getting the vaccine, being pro-black, being conscious, being woke, and getting the yo, I did kind of really go into a lot of details. So if you really, really want to know, right, you got some questions, I most likely answer your question in my 1 hour post-vaccine update that I made yesterday. I made this video literally 1 hour after I got the vaccine. So I talked about a lot of shit in that video, right? So go and check that out. So this is my first time actually trying these, y'all. It's called Tibetan incense. And I'm like, what is this made of? Sandalwood, juniper, geranium, vetiver, patchouli, and Himalayan herbs. So, yo, I fell in love with this. I have another one too. This is Tara Healing incense, and I think this is also made with herbs, but I really like this one. I like the way it burns, though. It burns really fast. Like your regular incense that I have, right? Oh, let me show you guys that. I know I'll be getting off on a tangent, but this is all related because, you know, spiritual practices and all. You know what I'm saying? All right. So these incense right here, the company is called Medina. And y'all know how y'all be seeing like vendors in New York City, across New York City, like let's say in Harlem, Brooklyn, be selling these incense, right? These are 100 pack, I think. Yeah, 100 pack. And y'all know they sell them for $5. But listen, I found the the manufacturer is in Brooklyn. They're Medina. So yeah, this should not cost no more than like $2. $2. So that's the come up. So they buy them for like wholesale price, like $2 roughly, and they flip it and sell it for $5. I no longer buy these incense from the street vendors. I get it from the source. But these incense actually burn like for a good hour, yo. So I kind of like it better. And then I got the rope. Sandalwood rope. I had another kind of rope I showed you guys before. And I got this pack here. I got these from Dual Specialty Store, I think on First Avenue. I'll be walking like all the way from the Upper East Side to like West 4th Village. We talking about, that's a journey, but yo, I be having so much energy. It's natural. So I got these. I love this store. I told her I will be back. So this video, I'm going to burn one of these sticks. It's very herby. You can smell the herb in it. Feel free to drop your questions below if you guys have specific questions related to the COVID-19 vaccine. I am not no fucking poster child, but I do like to reach out and give back to my community because I know what it was like being on the other side of the fence, swallowed in fear of wanting to know, like, what the fuck is going to happen if I get the vaccine, or if I don't get the vaccine. I'm living in New York City. Like, it's hard to participate in society. So that kind of goes into like one of the reasons why I chose to get vaccinated, why I got the vaccine. Another side effect, by the way, before I got vaccinated, I went to this grocery store in Brooklyn called Wegmans, right, the day before, and I like loaded up on natural organic ginger juice, 32-ounce bottles. They were like $16 each. I got 3. And because everybody's saying all the side effects, I want to make sure I was prepared, and I got 3. So this is ginger juice mixed with pineapple juice. But I drink ginger juice on a regular anyway. It's nothing new. Another side effect. So, okay. Now, I know people say, like, the number one side effect is, like, soreness in the arm where the injection site is, right? Now, I did experience that. But it didn't come until, like, 6 to 7 hours after I got the shot. So, I got the shot. I'm like, I don't feel nothing. And then it came roughly 6 to 7 hours after. It was, like, nighttime. And I was out walking on Chelsea Pier, and I'm like, oh, I think I kind of felt it, but I was unsure if it was like soreness from the injection or just me carrying a box of fucking pizza. But then when I got home, I laid in bed, I was like, oh, okay, this I think is like the soreness that people are talking about. So, and I still feel a little bit soreness, but pain don't really bother me like that. Y'all now really notice. Pain doesn't bother me because simply I like pain. I kind of like pain a little bit. I like that soreness feeling. Like, I like walking for like miles and miles on end, and then that feeling you get like in your muscles when you're sore. So that to me, I don't know, it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel alive. So it reminds me like I'm alive. Okay. But what else can I say? Oh yeah, the whole fatigue. I don't think I ever felt fatigue. No tiredness. Yo, when I walked like a couple hours after, like a couple miles actually, several miles after I got vaccinated yesterday. And here's my mom calling me, and I'm gonna have to call her back after this video. But I did walk several miles after I got vaccinated. I have energy, period. So when I have energy, I like to burn my energy by walking. So I don't know, people talking about fatigue or tiredness. Oh, you gotta get some rest. I did rest well last night, but I rest well every night, y'all. I be dreaming in my sanctuary of my palace, my bed. So I slept well last night. I woke up this morning, typical shit. Go on social media. And guess what? someone posted a video, a video of Dr. Umar Johnson. He went to Atlanta. He did a lecture yesterday in Atlanta. I think it was a free lecture, actually. And it's kind of unusual that you find his lectures posted like the same day or the next day. But I found it through someone's Instagram story that I follow. And I was like, oh shit. So I clicked on the clips. And I'm just like, I watched it. It's a vet list. I'm going to let y'all guys hear it. Hopefully you guys are able to hear this. Very powerful clip that I'm about to play. And then I had a physiological reaction to the clip. I mean, on many different levels, shall I say, right? On a spiritual level. I felt this tingling going through my body as I was listening to this person, this person who went to Dr. Umar Johnson's lecture in Atlanta, Georgia. He was speaking. You guys will hear him speak. Yo, I felt fucking shivers through my body. And then when Dr. Umar Johnson gave his response to him, because he did like a Q&A after his lecture and people were able to ask him questions or share comments, right? And then Dr. Umar Johnson gives his reply to this man's heart-wrenching comment. And I had to touch myself, like, y'all know I'm crazy, yo. So, I feel like as long as my kitty works still, I'm good. People worrying about, the side effects of the vaccine, the side effects. Listen, as long as my shit still work down there, and it does, because I tested it, it worked. I didn't manipulate anything down there. I had to like touch as confirmation. Because, your woman, and this, some of y'all can't handle this information here that I'm about to say, right? This is for mature audiences only, as are all of my videos. But women can relate. Like, we don't necessarily have to touch ourselves, first of all, to lubricate or to know that we're lubricating, right? But I just had to touch myself, right? To confirm, like, oh, damn. I'm fucking horny as shit. So I would say the two main side effects of the vaccine for me have been hunger and horniness. Okay, now my ovulation period has already passed. Now, if you guys follow my channel, my videos, you'll see that I did do like recently an ovulation test, and my shit is fertile as hell. But that has already passed. I think that was like a week or so ago, right? And so they still out there. And so I'm like, why the fuck am I horny? But it makes sense. Like, I'm a sapiosexual, so anything that stimulates me, right? Like on a cognitive level, deeply, like I'm all connected. Like I'm all one being, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. I'm just like, damn, yo. Listen. People are, like I say, I'm going to say this before I play the clip. People are really concerned about, like, getting a vaccine. Like I say in my previous video, do not try this at home. So just because I went off the fucking cliff, I feel like I bungee jumped yesterday, y'all, and took this vaccine, don't mean that you can do it. I think we just all have to take our own personal fucking judgment, right? What went into me deciding to take the vaccine, I talked about that in my previous video, my 1-hour post-vaccine update. But there are many different factors that went into my decision in getting the vaccine. And I also feel like I said this in my previous video, it's all in your mind. I'm a very, like, spiritual person, especially, obviously, being a psychologist and studying human behavior and studying the mind. Knowing how the mind works, how the mind is interconnected with our body, with our physiological responses, with our biology, with our chemistry. It's all interconnected, right? And being in a state of equilibrium with myself and with the universe And also coming from a very strong bloodline, having strong DNA, I'm just like, it's going to take a lot more than a fucking vaccine or a virus to knock this girl out. But on that note, all right, let me get to the point in this clip here. I was like, oh my fucking gosh, yo. All right, I hope you guys can hear it. Let me try to come up some. Let me come up. Ugh. All right. Turn on the volume. All right, listen. This guy is in the audience of Dr. Umar Johnson's lecture in Atlanta, Georgia yesterday on November the 5th. And listen what he says. So he just said, I hope you guys can hear it. He was like, you said niggas out here getting killed and shit. And then Dr. Umar tells him, watch your language. But yo, listen. These fuck niggas that took my cousin Monday and killed my other brother through the surgery. Tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to think. If I'm supposed to be out black power and shit. How the fuck I'm supposed to support the fuck niggas? The same niggas that killed my motherfucking brother. Now tell me some real shit. Don't tell me the shit these old niggas telling me out of. My dad think I'll be okay. Let the niggas do their fucking work. And we all be fine. Don't tell me that bullshit. Tell me what the fuck going on in my head, man. What the fuck one of these niggas up out? I came to 2 hours to ask you this. Tell me that. Yo, when he said, I felt that shit. He just said he came, he traveled 2 hours to tell Dr. Umar that shit, yo. And the response that Dr. Umar Johnson gives, I'm like, yo, Dr. Umar just still got his shit. Even though he be saying a lot of things that I feel like are not in alignment with my spirit. Like I mentioned in the video that I made about him maybe needing to take a break from being a leader, so to speak, as it relates to like the mental toll that he is under, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of attacks that he succumbed to, right? He's under a lot. But he still got it though. Dr. Umar Johnson he still got it, yo. Yo, I feel so bad for this brother, but it also reminds me, I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia. I lived there for 3 years. And I remember one complex I was living in Decatur, Georgia, which is considered East Atlanta, DeKalb County. I witnessed this, right? There were 2 brothers living together. One was dealing in dope. He was selling dope. And it was so sad. I can still hear the screams from this brother yelling out, echoing through the neighborhood. He lived in an apartment adjacent to mine. And his brother that was screaming, he had come home and saw where his brother was lying lifeless in their apartment. He had been shot and killed, and not only that, but robbed because he was selling drugs. And I felt so bad. And his brother, the brother living, right, was outside begging and pleading and belching out, like from the bottom of his soul. It's like, how can you not feel the pain that he was experiencing, unless you don't have a soul? But he was screaming out, oh my brother, They killed my brother, they killed my brother, they killed my brother, yo. And people were outside. No one knew what to do. No one knew how to intervene, to go and give the brother a hug. People were just sitting there watching. It was so painful, but this brother, it reminds me of that because this happens every day. Black people are killed at the hands of other black people every single day, yo. It is so disheartening. It's sad, and you can hear the pain in his brother's voice. I'm going to go back and play it again. I'm just like, oh my gosh. If you live long enough, it comes around to your own doorstep, right? Like, I'm pretty sure people watching this, you probably got family members, people you know, who were killed at the hands of other black people. To gun violence. Dr. Umar looking like...
I need nothing more going on in my head, bro. These fuck niggas done killed my cousin Monday and killed my little brother through return. Tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to think.
So this is Friday. He's saying that they killed his cousin on Monday and killed his brother a few weeks ago, right? Did I catch that right? Yo, you could tell he under a lot. He looked like he about ready to explode. 3 weeks earlier.
Tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to think.
Whew.
You're supposed to be all black power and shit. How the fuck I'm supposed to support the fuck niggas? Same niggas that killed my motherfucker. Now tell me some real.
He's saying that he's like, how can he be about black power and shit when those are the same people who killed his brother?
Don't tell me the shit these old niggas telling y'all.
Y'all gotta hear that Umar Johnson's response though.
We all be fine. Don't tell me that bullshit. Tell me what the fuck going on in my head, man. What the fuck one of these niggas up out here? I came to 2 hours to ask you this. Tell me that shit. Tell me what I need to hear, man. Before I burn that bitch down, dude. Number one.
He's like, tell me before I burn that bitch down, yo. Tell me. Like, this is my last chance, yo. If there's not a divine intervention here, somebody going down. So, Dr. Lamar talking very soft. Like, that's how you know he's very skilled at what he does. I'm like, yo. How can you not fucking love Dr. Umar Johnson? He's very skilled at what he does because though this brother is elevated in his emotions, right? He's dysregulated. Like, he's lost it. You can tell even his train of thought mentally before he began to speak those words. It was just all over the place. Dr. Umar Johnson is very perceptive to that. And the way he responds to his comment is very soothing, soft, comforting, empathic, yo. So y'all probably really can't hear what he's saying, what Dr. Umar Johnson is saying in response, but I'm just like, yo, this is a powerful intervention right here, yo. This is powerful. It's beyond the walls of a therapy room right here. Like, the work that Dr. Umar Johnson does for the community is immeasurable. You understand? So Dr. Umar Johnson in response asked him, does he have any children? The guy, right, who was in pain, who just lost his brother, his cousin to gun violence, right? This guy has showed up to Dr. Umar Johnson's lecture yesterday in Atlanta, Georgia, November 5th. Traveled, say, 2 hours to get there. He's just pleading for some support, some advice, some sense of direction. And Dr. Umar Johnson asked him, do you have any children? The guy responds, no. Then he asks him, do you have a mother? And he says, yes, I think. Then he says, is she still with us? Is she still here? in this room with us, and I think he says yes. And listen, I hope you guys can hear.
Behind all that pain that you got is a king and a god. That's what we need to work with us.
He was like, your mother needs you, your nieces and nephews need you. The community needs you. Redirect that energy towards something positive. Fearless.
The problem is most of our fearless brothers are not political. They're ghetto. We need them to elevate and get out the ghetto mentality into the political consciousness. You are the white man's worst nightmare. But if you don't take that passion and turn it into political purpose, you'll be the white man's greatest one. Let's talk, black man. Let's talk.
Yes, honey. Okay, I just want y'all to hear that, but that's what I was watching this morning, right? As I was laying in my bed, I'm like, damn, yo. Listen, every time I listen to Dr. Umar Johnson, I wouldn't say I get lubricated, but I damn sure got lubricated today, and I'm like, damn, could it be the vaccine? No, or maybe it's just, yo, you think about it. I have been celibate for, it'll be like 12 months. It'll be a whole year in another month. It's crazy. Your girl been holding the fuck out, which is good. It's like purification, you know. But on that note, I'm about to end this video. Y'all know I like to drop some bits of humor in there, but I feel good. I'm about to go out. Actually, I'm about to eat, and then I'm about to go out into the city. There is Harlem Restaurant Week happening this week, and also the New York City Marathon is tomorrow, so I might be out there. But feel free to drop your comments below, and also for those who have gotten vaccinated, feel free to share your stories. I feel like the reason why a lot of us suffer in ignorance, right, and misinformation is because people aren't informed. People like to hold on to their own experience, and rightfully so. I mean, you don't have to share, but I feel like each one teach one, and you sharing your experience, it helps other people, right? So, you know, I talked about this in my previous video where I was afraid. It was fear mainly that was keeping me from getting vaccinated. And now that I got my first dose, it's like, okay, I'm on the other side of that. Right? It's like I said, it's like into bungee jumping. At first, you're so afraid. It was like when you do it, it's like, oh, it wasn't so bad after all. On that note, I will catch you guys in the next one. Drop your comments below. I love you guys.